family. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever day it is you decide to watch this video. This is Chef D Knight with another episode of Funk Up the Flavor. So listen, before I get into this episode of Funk Up the Flavor, first thing I want you to do, if you haven't done it already, go to eventbrite.com and you know what to do. Search for Date Night Catering. That's Date Night, K-N-I-G-H-T. I'm hosting a 9-course dinner extravaganza, and I would love to see you there. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, so today's Funk Up the Flavor episode will be a pan-seared chicken breast with a creamy roasted red pepper and sun-dried tomato cream sauce. And on the side, I'm going to serve orzo with spinach and grape tomatoes. So I hope you're ready for another episode of Funk Up the Flavor. So get ready for the ride. Welcome back, family. I did tell you we're gonna do a pan-seared chicken breast with a roasted red pepper and sun-dried tomato cream sauce, along with the side of orzo, spinach, and grape tomatoes. So let me first show you how to put this pan-seared chicken breast together. So it's really easy. All right, so I'm gonna go down the ingredients first, and then we'll get into the chicken, and then we're gonna do the orzo last. All right, and then I'm also gonna tell you what orzo is. So on my ingredients list, I got some Parmesan cheese, heavy whipping cream. This is my roasted red pepper, about a quarter cup of roasted red peppers. My house seasoning. Now, just so you know, my house seasoning: salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, dried parsley, granulated garlic, and chopped onion. We have the sun-dried tomatoes. This is the orzo, 2 cloves of chopped garlic, and 3 tablespoons of butter, 10 ounces of baby spinach, along with a pint of halved, I cut all these in half, so half grape tomatoes. So let's start with this chicken. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my house seasoning and I'm gonna season both sides of these chicken breasts here. Guys, always make sure you sprinkle on your seasoning. I know you see the chefs do it all the time on TV. The reason is so you don't over season. All right, so just get in the habit of doing this. Pre-season, pre-measure, pre-cut, pre-chop, everything. It will save you time in the kitchen. All right, so now I'm gonna flip these bad boys over, season the other side. Let's go one more time with that house seasoning on there. All right. Felt like listening to a little jazz tonight, just something a little smooth and cool. All right, so now that we got the chicken breast seasoned. Now these are just 2 chicken breasts that I actually just cut in half. 2 reasons: this is a meal for 4, and I also cut them in half to cut down on my cooking time too. All right, so we're gonna drop these in my skillet. I got about 4 tablespoons of olive oil in here, and my heat's on right below medium, because this is a cast iron coated, ceramic coated skillet, so it holds the heat really well, so I don't need to turn that up. Do not crowd your pans. It'll allow everything to cook evenly. So I know I got 4 chicken breasts, but I'm only dropping 3 in. All right. So when I come back, we're gonna flip this over and show you what it looks like. You have a nice brown crusting on that side. Then we're gonna flip it over. Then once that's done, we're gonna compose the cream sauce. All right. So, and I have not forgotten about this orzo. As a matter of fact, while this is cooking, let me explain to you what I have in this pot right here. All right, so this water is going at a roaring boil. So in this pot, I have chicken broth, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and butter. That is gonna cook my orzo. Now, what is orzo? Orzo is actually a pasta. Looks very similar to rice. You can actually see how small these grains are. Well, actually not grains, but the pasta itself. So this is actually pasta. You only want to cook this about maybe 8 to 9 minutes, so it's al dente. So that's why this is going to be the last thing that I cook. We're going to complete the chicken dish, get it almost all the way done, and then we're going to cook the orzo last. So I'll be right back once I flip this chicken over. Welcome back, family. As you can see, our chicken breast got a nice browning on both sides, which is exactly what we want. All right, these chicken breasts are almost done. I'm gonna give it about another minute or so, especially on this larger one here. This needs a couple more seconds to cook. So once this is done, I'm gonna pull this out of the pan. And to the pan, I am going to add the sun-dried tomatoes, roasted red pepper or roasted bell pepper, 2 cloves of garlic, 3 tablespoons of butter, a little more of my house seasoning, 1 pint of heavy whipping cream, 2 ounces of Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to let that reduce by half. So I'm going to go ahead and add everything. Go ahead and pull these chicken breasts out. And as you can see, new cutting board. Do not use the same cutting board when you're talking about chicken unless you're going to wash it. Alright, so we're going to add the roasted sun-dried tomato, roasted bell pepper, a little house seasoning. Not much, man, just a little sprinkle. 3 cloves of garlic, 3 tablespoons of butter. Now we're gonna let this cook down just a little. What I really am looking for here is to get all these nice crispy bits up out of the pan. That's called deglazing. So we want to get all that out. That's a lot of flavor. So what I also want to do is cook these bell peppers or roasted red peppers. I want those to cook down tremendously, cook down a lot. Almost disintegrated to the sauce. Alright, so we're going to let this go for a little while. Then I'm going to add to it my heavy whipping cream and a little Parmesan. And then back to that, we're going to add the chicken. And then we're going to let that reduce by half. And then we're going to go ahead and get the orzo going so we can add the spinach and grape tomatoes to that. So our sun-dried tomato roasted bell pepper mix has been going for about 3 minutes. So to that, I'm going to add 1 pint of heavy whipping cream, oh man, it looks so good. It smells good too. It's 1 ounce, 2 ounces Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna stir that. Just let this go. Cut the heat down too. You want to be like slightly below medium, which is where I'm at now. And then just let it go. It just needs about 10 minutes or so to really reduce down. And then once it begins to reduce down, I say after about 5 minutes, I'm gonna add the chicken to it. So while this is going, let's go ahead and get started on this orzo. So here's the orzo we're going to get started on. So in here I've got about 3 cups of chicken broth along with a little bit of house seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, granulated garlic, and some dried parsley. To that I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of orzo. Now this is not going to take long at all to cook. We're looking at getting this done in about 9 minutes. So be careful when you're cooking this. And what I mean by be careful is just watch it. Just don't walk away from your food, guys. That is like the easiest way to come back, and you're not gonna be happy when that happens. So it's gonna take about 9 minutes. If you got a timer, turn your timer on. Put it on 9 minutes and let it go. All right. Now I have also got, if you got a stopwatch, a Google Home, anything, your cell phone, I don't care, guys. Use a timer when you're cooking. Everything is not like the way Granny used to do it. Just cook it till it look right. Some of these things actually require a specific time and temperature in order for you to get the product or the food the way you want it to be. All right, so now that we got the orzo going, once the orzo is about halfway done, that'll be a great time to go ahead and add the chicken to this mix right here. Please make sure you stay stirring your roasted red pepper, sun-dried tomato cream sauce. If you do not, what is going to happen? It is going to stick and burn. So this is something that you need to constantly be stirring. So as you can see, that it is actually starting to thicken up pretty well for us, which is exactly what we want. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken to it, so the chicken can kind of get some of the flavor of this cream sauce going in that. So here we go. Let's add the chicken. Oh yeah. This is gonna be good, guys, I promise you. All right, there we go. We got the chicken in there. Now, still continue to stir this, just stir around the chicken, because you really don't want this cheese to stick to the bottom of your skillet and burn. That is just like not a good thing to clean up. It takes a while to kind of scrub that stuff out of there. I don't care how non-stick your pan is. All right, so guys, I'm gonna take a little short break right quick, and when I come back, we're gonna add the spinach, sun-dried, and the grape tomatoes to the orzo, and then we're gonna complete the dish. Right, welcome back, family. I'm taking the chicken off of the heat, and I'm just letting that sit right now. So what I've done to prepare for the orzo, spinach, and grape tomatoes, I've added 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I just dropped my tomatoes in here and slightly heating them through. So the second thing I did is I drained the orzo, or the pasta. So to the tomatoes, we're gonna add the pasta right on top of that, right? Boom, just like that. And then to this, we're going to add about 8 to 10 ounces of spinach. All right. Now, to that, folks, season everything, all right? So I'm gonna add a little seasoning to this. Just a little salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powders, and my dry parsley mix. I'm telling you, I use this on everything, and it is delicious. All right, so now I'm just gonna stir this together until the spinach wilts down or is cooked through. And that shouldn't take long. That should take like maybe 2 to 3 minutes. It actually shouldn't even take that long. So once the spinach is wilted down, I am then going to plate this up, and I'm gonna show y'all how good this is going to taste. All right, so next time you see me, I'll be eating the dish that I just prepared for you tonight, which is a pan-seared chicken breast with a sun-dried tomato and roasted red pepper cream sauce, orzo with spinach and tomatoes. So I'll be right back to enjoy this. All right, welcome back, family. So here's the moment of truth. Let me show you what we got plated here. So we've got the pan-seared chicken breast with the roasted red pepper and sun-dried tomato cream sauce. We've got the orzo mixed with the spinach and grape tomatoes. Now, if you notice, there's 1 plate and 2 plates. And this is the one and only Parker Knight. So that's my son, so he's gonna be here with me today trying this out. So let's see if this is kid approved. All right, now before I jump into this, I want to let you guys know that this is the first time I've ever made this dish, and this is what you are going to get from Funk Up the Flavor. This will be a first time dish every time I jump on the air on YouTube and post this video, Facebook, Instagram, or wherever you may check it out. And the reason is I want to show you how easy it is to really funk up the flavor. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, let's cut a piece of the chicken.
Perfect.
Oh, my son said it's perfect. All right, here we go. Chicken's really good. Juicy. Hold on. Don't say my word for it. Let's take the kids' word for it. Go ahead, Parker. Tell them about the chicken. There you have it. Now let's taste this orzo, spinach, and sun-dried tomato mix. I've never had this or made this, so let's see what's up. Really good. Very nice and balanced. I'll be honest with the orzo, spinach, and tomato mix. Very light in flavor, which is actually going to complement this dish very well. Complement chicken very well because the chicken is full of so much flavor, and then you get the lightness of the orzo with the spinach and the tomato. Just a really fresh tasting dish. So guys,
many different contrasts of flavors too.
The chicken has many different contrasts of flavors coming from the kid over here. So listen, thank you guys so much for tuning in today to another episode of Funk Up the Flavor with Chef D Knight, owner operator of Date Night Catering. So once again, please go check out, if subscribe, like, comment, ask away with all your questions in the bottom. Share the video, whatever you need to do to just let everybody know what Funk Up the Flavor is all about. So thank you for checking out another episode, and I always want to leave everyone with a positive message at the end of these as well. So here's a positive message for today. When you have doubt, that means that there is an area in your life that you haven't conquered. And what that simply means is that there's a skill set or maybe some knowledge that's missing in order for you to do that. Never, ever, ever in life doubt yourself. If there is doubt, go find out what it is that you need in order to go from good to great. Chase after it like no one has ever chased after it before. Go conquer life, because this life is yours. So thank you so much for checking out Funk Up the Flavor. Y'all have a great day.